Hi, my friend. How are you? It's the money mindset with Razak. How's your day going? Today, I will be talking about your worth, your value, your budget. I hope you get that. Your worth, your value, and your budget. Well, if you missed the last episode, I think you should try to watch it. It's about you and your future and how that relates to your personal finance. But before I start today, it's important I say this. The money mindset with Razak is not to share tips or insights that enables you to get rich quick. It's not about Ponzi. It's about tips, insight, and strategy that enables you to gain financial freedom and strengthen your personal finances. I hope you get that. Having said that, let's go into the session for today. I want you to grab a piece of paper or, yeah, your calculator if you have one with yourself there. And I want you to punch some numbers in there. The first thing we want to do on the session today is what's your value per hour? Your VPH. What's your value per hour? So the first thing I want you to write down, how much is your total monthly income or total monthly earning, TME? So if you're a salary earner, you earn 100,000, 200, 1 million, just write it down. If you have other source of income, just plus it, add it. So for example, you know every month as a result of your books or as a result of other services you render, you're still able to make, let's say, 200,000 added to it. Are you done? That's 1.2, right? Okay, let's move on. The next thing I want you to do is how many days do you work in a month? An average 9 to 5 job person. I mean, if you're earning income, you should be working for at least 22 days in a month. So let's assume you have 1.2 million divided by 22. Are you done? Do you have the figures? All right, let's move on. How many hours do you work in a day? Your total daily working hours. If you work 9 to 5, most likely that means you're working for about 8 hours. If you're an entrepreneur, most entrepreneurs work for about 10 hours in a day. So can you divide the last answer you got with 8 or 10, depending on what is applicable to you? If you look at what's showing on the screen, the example there is that you're working and you earn 500,000 naira every month. If you divide that by 22 days, and if you also divide the final answer by 8 hours, you can see the figure on the screen. That is your value per hour. Are you happy with that? Okay, if you're not happy with that, there are three things you likely have to do. The first thing is that I just want this to reveal to you how and why you should think before you spend your money. Oftentimes, you go to the bar, you go to the shopping mall and buy things you don't need. You sit down at that beer parlor and spend times 5 of your value per hour in just one sitting. And you do that 3, 4 times in a month. And yet, you say your village people are the ones who are affecting you. Sorry, it's not. You are the village person affecting yourself. And you really need to think about that before you start pointing fingers at people. You don't know your value per hour and you spend anyhow you like. Personal finance is not just about earning good salary. You can be earning a lot and yet you will be spending lavishly because you are not documenting and you don't know your worth. So you think you are earning 1 million naira and because of that you are buying a pair of shoes for 500,000 and you're not thinking about your other expenses. So I really want you to think through. Number two, it's not about earning a lot. I'm not asking you not to aspire to earn a lot of money, but it's about documenting how that money is being spent. And that takes me to the point around budgeting. Remember when we did the first episode? My first episode, I talk about, do you have an automated budgeting template? So I really want you to think about that. And on the screen, I'll be sharing with you a sample automated budgeting template. If you look at it, there are items we call generic expenses: rent, meals and groceries, utilities, fueling of your car, subscription for your pay TV, subscription for your internet, or you go for gym, Do you pay for insurance from your pocket, or you pay for car insurance? Do you do charity every month? So what are those things that drive your expenses every month? Do you document it? One of the things I did that really amazed me over a period of time is documenting this every year. And when I documented it, I was able to track how my expenses increase month by month and how my expenses have increased over the year. So let me give you a good example. If you sum up all your expenses in the month of January, February, March, April, and you do that up to December, and you take a track of that again for another year, I have done that for over a period of years. For example, in 2021, I spent XYZ amount of money. So let's give an example here. Let's assume all my expenses in 2021 is 10 million. In 2022, all my expenses increased to 15 million. That's a whooping 50%. If you're a salary earner, are you getting 50% salary increase? Because the essence of budgeting is for you to track, for you to observe the trends, and for you to be able to tell yourself, if my expenses is increasing, what are the drivers? What are the cost drivers? But am I earning? Is my earning also increasing to the power of the way my expenses is increasing? If you live in a country like Nigeria or any other country, you see the rate of inflation is geometrically increasing. It's not a linear movement or a linear curve as we've been taught in economics. The other thing you then need to start asking yourself, if my expenses is increasing, what do I need to do to increase my earning as well? Because it has to meet each other. You cannot be earning less and spending more. That is disastrous for your personal finance, and it's important for you to take note of this. So let's go back again. What's your value per hour? Do you have a budgeting template? Are you motivated as a result of this episode to start using a budgeting template? If you cannot download the app, I'm going to put a link at the end of this video in the comment area. Download this budgeting template and use it for yourself. Remember, personal finance is not about earning a lot. It's about what you do with what you have. It's about how you are resourceful with the little resources that you have in your hand. Your Excellency, I want you to grow and I want you to earn and multiply your income. But the power to do that starts with you. I hope you'll be able to catch up on the next episode of the Money Mindset with Razak. Hit the subscribe button and share this with your friend if you like it.